up, people? Happy Thursday. Damn, this week is almost over. Um, it's been a busy week. Seriously, that's why I didn't upload anything yesterday. It's been a busy week. Um, it's gonna keep being a busy week for me because I'm going back to school. So it's spring semester season, so it's a busy time. So I'm trying to get the school stuff right, schedules right. So, but anyway, um, today's episode was alright. It was okay. And the reason I say that is because do we seriously have to see Franco 4 days out of 5? Like seriously, and we're gonna see him. Like we've literally, what episode didn't they show this week that didn't involve Franco? Basically, we've been seeing Franco all this week, and I'm like, why? I don't want to see Franco 5 days out the week. It makes TV boring because I'm over the character. It's like I can't stress it enough. Like it's just a ridiculous ass storyline with a ridiculous ass character. Um, like him trying to, you know, prove to everybody he's innocent, he's reformed. But the cops ain't buying that shit. The police ain't buying it. Certain people at Port Charles ain't buying it. And he had some bogus story about why he kept the dog cage and and then after he left the apartment when Jordan and Dante came with the arrest warrant, he talking about they found the painting of Tom Baker. It was like a weird ass painting that he made him kind of look like a devil basically. And Elizabeth showed up or whatever looking for Franco. So now basically Jordan is questioning Elizabeth or whatever about the dog cage, about just the investigation overall. She's questioning her, trying to get whatever information she can get out of her that would incriminate Franco. But of course Elizabeth, pretty much kept her cool, kept her mouth shut. I guess all those years of being Jason's concubine actually paid off. I mean, seriously, Elizabeth's been around Jason Morgan for years. Like, you should know better than to talk to the cops without a lawyer. Any fool would know that. Um, but Jordan and Dante are straight up Keystone cops. Really are Keystone police. They're just idiots. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like 911 in Port Charles is a joke. They just seriously remind me of that Flavor Flav Public Enemy song. 911 is a joke. Because basically in Port Charles, 911 really is a joke in that town. Like seriously, 911 is just comical. Um, but they did find a piece of paper of I guess it was a receipt of things that Franco bought, and one of them was actually the same type of knife that was used to kill Tom Baker. So they feel like that ties him to the knife, and it ties him to the murder. That's what they're gonna use. Okay. I mean, I can see. I mean, they're trying to follow the evidence. I can get that. But a receipt does not prove that that knife was the knife that he purchased. All you can prove is that he lied about having ownership of that particular knife. That's all you can prove. That knife does not prove it was ever in Franco's possession. I mean, come on. Plenty of artists own that type of knife. Even though he lied about ever owning that knife, and you have a receipt that proves that he actually purchased that same knife, but that doesn't mean that that murder weapon is the same knife that he bought. You can't prove that. That's what they have to prove. And Jordan is sitting there all smug and confident. Oh, we got him. No, bitch. You have circumstantial evidence, is what you have. You don't have anything concrete. If you can tie him to that murder weapon, then you got him. But if you can't tie, all you got is a receipt that says he purchased that same knife. So what? That's not evidence. It's evidence, but it's circumstantial. It's not concrete. You got to prove that that knife is his knife. You have to prove that. The only way to do that is A, get some fingerprints, B, get some DNA off of it that proves that it was in his possession. If you can't do either one of those things, you got nothing. Unless you plan on charging him, going to court, going through a trial, and making yourself look like a dumbass, then you already do. You can't convict somebody on circumstantial evidence. Okay, let me rephrase. You can convict somebody on circumstantial evidence because I've seen it happen before. But a receipt that proves that that knife is, the same knife that he bought, that doesn't prove that that's actually his knife. That does not prove that. So therefore, you don't have shit. Basically, let's be real. Any smart ass lawyer can go into a courtroom and tell the jury that and convince them. It causes reasonable doubt. Any artist in town, there's plenty of artists in Port Charles other than Franco, I'm sure. They might not show them on the show, obviously, but there's other artists in Port Charles that who own that knife. Even Franco said it. It's an artist knife. You know what I mean? Anybody in the art world can buy that knife. Hell, even Ava Jerome. That bitch owns an art gallery, do she not? Maybe she knows about that knife. Did they ever think about that? No. She's not an artist, but the bitch owns an art gallery. I'm pretty sure she got supplies around that place. I mean, come on, let's be real here. Any lawyer can go in a courtroom and just create reasonable doubt right then and there because they can't tie him to that particular knife. The only thing that they can say is that he lied about ever owning a knife like that. That's the only thing they can say he lied about. Other than that, you got shit, basically. So I don't know why Jordan always gets so smug and confident because I feel like whenever she gets smug and confident, you're just gonna end up with egg on your face. You're just gonna end up with egg all over your face. That's all you're gonna do. You're just gonna make yourself look dumb. And that's what her and Dante are, Dumb and Dumber. But I was so happy though when somebody knocked Franco the fuck out. I was so happy. I mean a smile just came across my face. I was overjoyed when Franco got put in, when he got knocked out with that brick. I was so fucking happy. I was just hoping that this was the end of the character, even though we know it isn't. But still, I mean, one can hope. I'm just saying, it was a good day today. um, but anyway, I'm happy that Alexis went and got help. Thank God she went to AA. Of course, she don't want people to know. She did bump into Laura, and I'm glad she went to Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm happy. She finally getting the help that she desperately needs. I'm rooting for her. Hopefully, Alexis comes out of this, and I was actually happy that Julian was protective of her, and he went that extra mile by getting that bar owner of Jean's Bar basically, had his boy rough him up or whatever and paid him off to say that, Alexis never came into his bar. I like that, even though I think he's making matters worse. Because I feel like, for me, I'm trying to take the moral road here. I'm trying to take the high ground. I feel like Alexis should have just kind of went and confessed to the PCPD that, okay, she did have a run in with Tom Baker. This, because she can't go to jail because even with her story is still circumstantial evidence and the cops really can't arrest her because it's not a confession. It's just her telling you what happened. But you have no proof that she killed Tom Baker. She can't even remember doing it. You know? I mean, I feel like covering it up is probably going to make it worse for when the reveal comes out because it will. But I feel like she should have just cleared her name, went to a therapist maybe and got her memory back. She should have did what Anna did actually and went to Dr. Maddox and try to get hypnotized and stuff so she can go back to that night and remember, unblock her memory. I think she should have did that. I mean, it damn near worked for Anna. She remembered a lot about that shit with Valentine years ago, even though she can't remember the actual event. She just remembers the time and her birthday and where she was. She can't remember what actually happened, but I think Alexa should have did that. Julian, I did not take serious when he was in mob mode today. I just looked at him and started laughing. I was just thinking in my head, I'm like, was that supposed to be intimidating? Like him roughing the guy up, and technically he didn't even rough the guy up. He had his boy do it. I'm like, is that supposed to be intimidating? I was just laughing at him. I'm like, what kind of fucking mob boss is this? I said, that ain't intimidating. I don't feel nervous. Like, I don't feel scared. I'm like, really? Okay, Julie. Okay. I see that you need to stick to being just a legitimate businessman. I think that's your niche. I think that's what you should do. Because the angry mob boss trying to be a leader, it doesn't work. You don't scare anybody. You don't put intimidation. Sonny can pull that off. I will say that. That's why Sonny's in the mob now because Sonny can pull that bad shit off. Playing the intimidating mob boss. Sonny can pull that shit off. You know what I mean? I've seen him do it. He can pull it off and be convincing. Julian, I just laugh. I just can't stop laughing. Like, Julian, come on, you don't intimidate nobody, bro. The Candy Man got more intimidating factors than you do. Please, who the hell could you intimidate? Hell, the late great Marlon Brando intimidates me more than Julian. Way more than Julian. And Marlon Brando in The Godfather was soft spoken. He didn't get loud. He didn't none of that. Like, and he was more intimidating than Julian Jerome. I'm just saying. Tony Soprano intimidates me. Julian Jerome makes me laugh. I'm just saying. You know I'm right. You know I'm not lying. But anyway, what else happened today? Um Lulu. I get to Lulu later. Anna and Valentine. I love this game of cat and mouse that they're playing. I like it. I think this storyline is interesting, even though it's kind of drawn out at this point. Some people might get bored with it. I mean, I find it a little tedious to a point, but I'm intrigued by it because I really this is a storyline I like. It's not like the Nell Sunny storyline, Carly storyline where she's trying to play this devil role, be nice and play the devil and try to figure out her background. This storyline with Valentine I find more intriguing because you get sucked into it. It's like, what the fuck was behind that door? We got more information to go on with this storyline than we do with the Nell storyline, in my opinion. Nell, we don't know shit. All we got was a letter from her father, whoever he is, a freaking rattle from Carly's baby, from when Carly was a baby or whatever. That's all we got. It's like we have no information. Valentine is more intriguing. You know, maybe we don't have as much to go on with Valentina Anna, but so far we got a picture of her when she was in WSB training. She had memory flashbacks on her birthday back around that time, and she opened the door, but she can't remember what was behind that door. But the conversations alone with Valentina Anna sucks me in. It intrigues me because you see this game of cat and mouse. You know what I mean? And it's very interesting. And this cat and mouse game kind of reminds me of that Sandra Bullock movie that she did a few years back called Murder by Numbers. I think it was Murder by Numbers or Murder by the Numbers. It was one of those. I think it was Murder by Numbers, where Sandra Bullock played a homicide detective and she was playing cat and mouse with two teenage boys who committed a murder. I actually found that movie intriguing. I love that movie, and this somewhat reminds me of that because I like cat and mouse games when it comes to like criminals and cops. I like the whole cat and mouse aspect of it, especially when they're face to face and they're talking and she's trying to get information from him and he's being coy with her. It's that cat and mouse that I like. It's intriguing. It's fun, and I hope we get more information because I'm looking forward to this. Um, So Lulu and Laura were talking at the hospital because Lulu got filled in about Claudette's suicide. Um, and of course they think Valentine killed her. I hope and I pray Lulu does not go into the courtroom of the custody hearing and try to tell the judge that Valentine had Claudette killed or he killed her. Don't do that. And the reason I say don't do that is because you have no proof. You have zero proof to go on. And you're going to make yourself look like a jackass by doing this because you're going to accuse him of murder and you have no proof that he murdered anybody or had her killed. You have no proof. According to the Canadian police, who are, of course, in the pocket of Valentine, she died by suicide, according to them. So until you get other proof or any other information, don't make yourself look like a jackass and go and accuse that man of killing somebody or having her killed when you have no proof because a judge in a custody case is not trying to hear that. They're not trying to hear that bullshit. You have no proof. Don't come in there with accusations. Get the proof and then throw around your accusations. Get the proof. Um, Maxie and Nathan. I'm bored with this couple. I'm bored. They still haven't got married. In my opinion, on soap operas, if you don't get married after 2 months, every engagement I've seen where people got married is their engagement lasted 2 months, literally 2 months, maybe three, and that's only if there was like a major drama going on in the storyline. But if you don't get married after like 2 to 3 months, you're not getting married. it's not like real life where people be engaged for a year and then they get married. They don't do year long engagements on this show. The only year long engagement I remember seeing recently, well, not recently, but a few years back, was Erica Kane and Jack Montgomery on All My Children back in 2010. Their engagement lasted from the summer of 2010 to damn near the end of the show in 2011, and that's when Jack broke up with her ass because she didn't want to get married. If you're engaged to Erica Kane for 1 year, you ain't getting married. Erica ain't the marrying type. She done been married 15 times. You ain't getting married. Fuck that. But if you, I mean, I just feel like Maxie, she needs to move on. She needs to move on. I feel like her and Nathan are not really compatible. They were nice in the beginning, back in like 2014 and 2015. It was cool. But now it's just their relationship is dry. To me, it's dry. I'm not, I just find them mundane, pretty much. It's just they don't complement each other. Like when it comes to chemistry, and it just doesn't work. So hopefully they bring on somebody who can fit her personality, and they mesh well. But Nathan and Maxie just don't do it. They're not. They don't click. There's no spark. Excuse me. There's no spark. I just don't see a spark. But anyway, I hope all you have a great day. Oh, before I go, I just want to say I don't think Claudette's dead. I think this is some type of sick game Valentine is playing. I don't believe she's dead. I don't believe it. Cause come on, he got the Canadian cops on his payroll. Something tells me that there's more to the story. Do I want to see Claudette back in the show? Hell no. But I think there's more to the story. There always is. And Shelly and Jean are fans of Umbrella storylines, so this is definitely an Umbrella. But I will see all of you tomorrow. Have a great day. See all you later.